welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 26th of December. Now I've got Penny here. We're about to go for a walk soon. Say hi, Penny. She's a funny little thing. I've got her for like a week and a half. My son's looking after my doggos. So I will close my eyes, guys. We'll get started and we'll just see what comes up today. Good girl. What she doing? I'm getting it. People are turning their back on government. They're walking away. It's showing me them walking away. They're turning their back on government. People don't want this that's rolling out. We know they don't because it's destroying their lives. It's taking everything from everyone in every aspect of their life. Oh gosh, it's taking them financially. It's taking them spiritually. It's taking them emotionally. Everyone's being downtrodden and no one's going to miss out. So I'm getting that people are turning their back on government, and this is good. I mean, we've already done that a very long time ago, but I'm getting this as a sleepwalkers. They're turning their back on government. They're disgusted. It's showing like they're disgusted at what's happening to them. The cards they're being dealt, like they're showing me the cards they're being dealt. It all seems a little rigged. It's like they're not getting given random cards. It's like they're giving a specific hand. I'm getting that. Let's see where else we go today. Yeah, people are starting to get onto the corruption now. See, they're aware of it. God, in America, hello, people would have to be aware of the Hunter Biden and all the corruption that goes along with all that. You know, the Nancy Pelosi event with the hammer and all this just stupid garbage that they think they can just pull the wool over everybody's eyes and that they'll just keep, you know, sweeping everything under the carpet. People are waking up now. They are. People are waking up to all the corruption, the lies, the deception. It's happening. So just sit back, guys. Just let it unravel. It's showing me the unraveling of a ball of wool or yarn or whatever you want to call it, and like it's like a cat pulling that piece of wool, the string, the loose string, and then it all just unravels. Well, that's what I'm getting today, the unraveling of the narrative, which would be great, wouldn't it? Well, at least it's the start of it anyway. If people are turning their back on government, we have to take that as a positive. Let's see where else we go. Gosh, I'm getting that streaming services are kind of growing. This is around like your Netflix, your Stan, your Foxtels, all this kind of stuff. These are really growing. They're expanding to become a lot more in 2023. These are going to be broken down into more specific stylings, is probably the word that I'm sort of focusing on. It's going to kind of work, I guess, like the algorithm system. So what you're kind of into and what you watch is what you're going to start to be fed, because these are really growing. We know all the video shops and all that have closed down now. We pretty much knew that was the way of the future, was all going to just be, mind you, I do love my Netflix and Stan, and even Foxtel I've got. I can't live without all these things. But these are going to grow and then they're going to become more and more controlled. I think they're probably a little bit controlled at the moment, but I do feel like these are going to be growing. God, there seems like there's new ones all the time. There's Disney Plus and all this stuff, isn't there? I noticed was that the news one didn't go so well over there in America. What was that? The CNN, wasn't it? They tried, didn't go so well. People aren't interested in the news. They're more interested in light-hearted viewing. So that's what I'm getting. These streaming services are going to really like expand as well now. We'll have to be careful what they're feeding us on those, won't they? Like everything else. Getting only what they want to us. Let's see where else we go. But I do feel there'll be a lot more of them on the market that will be more specific for different communities, like the LGBTQ and the Indigenous communities, and then there'll be there'll be just more breaking down of these streaming services. There'll be a lot more of them coming on board, is what I'm sort of saying. Let's see where else we go. Yeah, this year, 2023, It's going to be known as the year of fight backs. I keep saying it. People are waking up. People want to be heard. They're striking. They're fighting back against government. But this year is going to be known as the year of the fight backs. Now, God, in Paris at the moment, there's huge fight backs going on. We knew France was having a lot of issues. But there was some footage, I think it was even on mainstream media, of how volatile things are getting in Paris. So things are a little ugly there at the moment. They are quite volatile. They've got the big SWAT teams out, you know how it goes, and all the kitted up in the gear to fight back the little people who are totally unarmed and, you know, no logic at all, standing there holding pictures in Paris. Mind you, the media doesn't really tell you what it's about, do they? They tell you it's about racism, but anyway. So the protests and the fightbacks have begun. I did say like the end of January we'll get to see more, but March, April's when everything's going to peak. People are going to really rise up into their true power. This is the sleepwalkers, not us. We've already done all that. We're just watching this from afar. So I am getting that this year is going to be known as the fight back year. God, I hope we win some of these fight backs. Well, that's like the heading for the year is the fight backs. God, I even said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? I was talking about people were journaling a lot of their experiences and the things they've been going through because they're afraid of their government, a lot of these doctors and things like that. We know that they are because we know that government is going to drop everybody in it and blame other people. They're never going to blame themselves, are they, for all the crap that's going on, especially medically around the jab wheel. But I'm getting now that people are making recordings as well. People have been recording things too. So some things that have been said have already been pre-recorded way back when. See, people are a lot smarter than what you think. People, when they sense something isn't right, they start to cover their tracks a bit. And I do feel like there's been phone conversations. This could even be around, it could be around, let's hope it's around Big Pharma. This kind of thing, this wheeling and dealing and moving and shaking kind of crap that's gone on that we know it has, I do feel like some of these things have been recorded. So there's going to be a lot of this stuff coming out next year. Fingers crossed it gets to the sleepwalkers. Nothing ever seems to get to them, does it? Unless we share it and spread and plant the seeds. But I am getting that there's going to be more factual evidence that will prove a lot of this corruption. It could be to do with Big Pharma and all the money like exchanges. But I am getting that some people have been recording things. So fingers we get some recordings. And it could be about the lies too. It could be about the cover-ups of all the lies. We know they've lied. Oh, look at the information that's been coming out, you know, from the CDC and all these kind of Pfizer data. So many things. We know there's been a lot of lying. So they might get actually caught out. I am getting it around the Big Pharma. So they might get caught out, you know, wheeling and dealing and trying to sort out their plans because people got smarter and they did it way back when. So these things, it's showing me like some of these phone recordings and things have been in storage. Oh, wouldn't it be good if they caught Fauci out? Oh, that'd be the one I'd want. But of course he's too clever for that, isn't he? So I am getting that. Oh man, this would be just the best, wouldn't it? We'd be so happy to hear that, wouldn't we? So it could be around the pharmaceuticals, I've got that feeling. Let's see where else we go. Guys, it's really sad, isn't it? They're showing me all of us. This is you guys watching my channel and me and everybody else who's a Braveheart, biker, freedom fighter, maverick, rebel, you name it. We've sort of covered pretty much every heading. BS detector, not to forget. We've all been branded. It's like we've been branded. It's like if you think of a cow, this is how the government, I often talk about the cow treats people like cattle. They try and herd them in behind the fence and get them to do as they're told, you know, round them all up. But with us, we were branded. So it feels like we have this permanent branding on us. You know how when they stamp the little calves with the brand, like on, if anyone watches Yellowstone, for example, they'll put a Y or whatever on it. I don't know what they put on it, or a number maybe, so they know that's their cattle. So I feel like we have been branded, not physically, obviously, well, a little bit physically, isn't it? Probably, but mentally we have. But I do feel like they've branded us. We are, I always say, on the patch on our biker jackets, our Braveheart biker jackets, that we're useless to government. We have a patch over here that says useless to government. And we've been branded that. I mean, we wear that with great honour, don't we? But we have been branded useless to government. So we're not their target. We're almost, what the guides are saying, we're almost being ignored by government. As long as they keep us in their narrative, anti-vaxxers, anti-government, conspiracy theorists, blah, 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 you know. That's what they're doing here in Australia anyway. I'm pretty sure they're doing it everywhere else too. They're not dropping that narrative, and they figure that that can still keep these people, the sleepwalkers, away from us because we've been branded. And it's like almost like a visual. It's like a visual to these sleepwalkers, like don't associate with them. Don't go hanging around with people who are conspiracy theorists. Like they're saying, the police on the TV here in Australia a couple of days ago, dob them in. If anyone's against the CV virus and that, just dob them in. That was on the news here in Australia. What the frig is going on in this world, honestly? So we've been branded. So I think you might find that a lot of people probably won't want to associate and be around us. And this is what I keep saying. Even though they're going to wake up on their own terms and they're going to see it for themselves and they're going to feel ridiculous and they're going to know and they're going to wonder how we knew, they're still not going to want to associate with us. Because like I keep saying to you guys, they don't want to be us. They don't want to be conspiracy theorists. They don't want to think that their government fooled them. They don't want to be pushed aside from society. They want to stay like the sheep and be in society. They don't. You've got to remember, a lot of these people don't have their own backbone or that strength inside of them to fight back against government. So this is what we're getting. We're getting that we've been branded, and it has, well, it doesn't bother us at all. We actually, you know, like I said, we wear that patch with pride and joy, I would say. But these other people probably still won't want to be associated with it. So don't think just because they're waking up and everything's becoming their reality that they're going to reconnect with us and we're all going to unite and have this wonderful connections again. It's not going to be like that. There's still going to be a huge division in society because they don't want to be us. Because you've got to remember too, these are the people that called us flat earthers, tin hatters. We were the weak links that weren't getting jabbed, and whatever your journey is, whether you're vaccine injured and that, it all goes under the same category anyway. This is, you know, what we were categorised and told we were, that we were the weak links and we were letting down. And even in Australia here, they were calling us grandmother killers, because we were apparently sharing it into all the older age homes and all this. Even though we weren't allowed to move around or leave our houses, they were still trying to blame the unvaccinated, but it was the jabbed who were taking it into all the old age homes because they were the ones moving around. And they were all jabbed for it. I can tell you now, every second person I'm talking to has got CV virus at the moment here in Australia. Friends up in Brisbane, people locally, everyone's getting it. And it's all the people who are jabbed and boosted. How does this work? I personally, my theory is sometimes I think they're jabbing people with it and spreading it around. I don't know. We've all got different theories. Let me know what your theory is down below, guys. I know you all have different ideas about these things as well. We know it's going to affect the immune system. Already happening. We know cancer's on the rise. God, everything's on the rise. They have to be piecing this together, these sleepwalkers. Seriously, it's just getting absurd now. So we've been branded, basically. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? And no one wants to know us. But that's okay. We don't care. We're used to it. It's nothing different for us, is it? So we're still going to have this division in society, I'm afraid, just to let you guys know so you can prepare for that. I think we've already pretty much moved away from mainstream society anyway, haven't we? I'll see where else we go. God, they're showing me Trudeau. Turdo. And they're showing me him as Lord Farquaad out of Shrek. They're just showing me him. He's this. What they're showing me is fake. So we're getting this image of Lord Farquaad. You know when he's on his horse, if anyone's seen Shrek, he's on his horse and he's this big intimidating character on his horse. But then he gets off his horse and he ends up like, he takes his boots off or something and he ends up really little. Well, this is what I'm getting for Lord Farquaad, for Trudeau. He's all powerful and almighty when he's on his horse and everything, and everyone's looking up at him and he's very regal and important. But when he gets off his horse and he starts to be questioned, or the truth of all this is that he's just this tiny little man who's very sort of gutless inside. That's the image that I'm getting for Trudeau at the moment. He's just, it's all for show. It's all for show, like Lord Farquaad in Shrek. I'm sure most of you have seen it. He's just this little man who tries to be this big man, is what the guides are saying. Hang on a minute. And they're showing me, of course, Gingy, when Gingy's on the baking tray, and he just sits up and he goes, and Farquaad goes, "You're a monster," or something. And Gingy just goes, "I'm not a monster, you are." And it's just such a great scene, isn't it? But I think the sleepwalkers are starting to realise that that Trudeau, I nearly called him Lord Trudeau, oh my God, is a monster. They're starting to realise that because it's all backfiring on him now. People are realising, oh, he lied about the Ottawa protests and he made things up about the Emergency Act. This is what's happening. Oh, he's the little man trying to be the big man. But the reality's coming out now. People are seeing him as Lord Farquaad, the little dictating tyrant. That's a pretty funny image, isn't it? Let's see where else we go today. Now, the other day I had the Doors song, People Are Strange, and I'm still getting that today. People are going to be goddamn strange. I said that people waking up are going to be strange. They're not going to know how to act towards us. They're not going to know what to say. They're going to feel stupid. This is going to create this strange vibe. This is all through next year because people are going to be waking up as they go. But there's this strange vibration that's going to be emitting from them. So I keep saying it's very important to stay right away and detach yourself and remove yourself from all the garbage and the fights that are about to come out, because we've done our fighting. We're over all that. We're over here behind Wilson's fence. I often talk, guys, if you're new here, about Wilson's fence. If anyone's watched Tool Time, the guy Wilson on there, you used to just see his eyes and that's all he was. Well, that's what we do. We go and protect ourselves just looking out at what's going on out in the real world. Oh, not the real world, really. We live in the real world over here. We've also named it Terabella, which is our new Earth. Well, it's like our new Earth, our beautiful Earth. And we're just over here again, sipping cocktails, lulling about in our backyards, staying removed from all this strangeness that's about to unfold. That's what they're showing me. Oh my God. That's what I'm getting. Things are going to still get strange. People, rather, are going to be strange. God, and it's showing me, this UFO landing. It's like, oh, I've got to have a sip of tea. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. You have to see me close up. They're showing me this UFO landing and these aliens getting off it, the skinny aliens coming down on the ramp and all that. You got a picture with the lights on and everything. And it's like this has been one giant experiment. You know how people talk about they've had their UFO experiences where they've been, what do they call it, when they kidnap them or whatever they do, and then they do tests on them and all this, which probably has happened. I don't even doubt that people have had those encounters where they've been taken and then returned. Because some people, I actually knew someone once who talked about that, and it was very detailed. And I do believe that this does happen to me. But that's what it's showing me about these people waking up, that they're going to act really strange, because it's like that sort of experience where it's like the aliens kidnapped them, took them to this place. And I guess we could say it's kind of makes sense to a degree, because that mass psychosis took these people to a place, changed their personalities, and turned them into quite horrible monsters, some of them. And now they're returning. It's like they're showing me they're returning off the ship. So I would say they're coming out of that mass psychosis. We know there's been a lot of trigger words and things around this, but this is the image I'm getting. It's like the aliens, which we could refer to as the global elites, I guess, are bringing them back off the like mothership now. So they're returning. So it's like they're returning to a new world. So things are going to start to look different to these people waking up. They're going to look different, all right, when they start to see what's happening with their reality. So that's what I'm getting, this huge image of the mothership, of the aliens. Like, I know this sounds bizarre, guys, but this is just an analogy. And they're returning, but they're returning as different people. Everything that's happened to them has changed them. We often talk here about the soul breakdowns, dark nights of the soul, going through depression, feeling suicidal. A lot of us here have been through traumas. We've been through these kind of experiences that woke us up and created this shift in us that changed us as people. And now we live our life very differently. So that's what's happening with these people. They're coming down. When you think of them coming down the ramp of the spaceship, they're coming down out of the mass psychosis. Oh, fingers crossed they actually are. But they're coming back to like more of a reality. And this is where they're going to start to get their clarity on the situation and what's really going on. So I am getting that. There's this transference of energy. And that's why this year's called the big shift, or the shift. I call it the big shift because it's a big shift in energy. Things are going to start to change. People are going to start living from their intuition, from their senses, from their creative minds. This is what we've all had to learn to do here. We've had to really change our life, learn the art of detachment, learn to live in the now. There's a whole other world of being that we've had to teach ourselves. Well, now that's what these people are having to do. They're having to create the life they want, live from their intuition, their senses, their guidance, hearing their guidance. That's another one. There's so many ways now. When you get into those different dimensions, like moving up into that fifth dimension, your whole world just opens up. Everything looks brighter. Everything looks fresher. Gosh, we all talk about it here, don't we? We see little birds sitting on a tree and chirping. We find joy in the simplest of things. That's just how we are. And that's what the awakening process is. It opens up your whole world so you can see things. I always talk about the crystal glasses. You can see things with great clarity and great beauty. I'll see if there's something else to close with today. The guides are saying like we're like graphic designers. Like, I often talk about us designing our lives, but they're showing me that they're showing me like us on a computer screen. I guess you could relate it to like an Etch-a-Sketcher or one of those, is it Magna Doodles? What are those things you draw on? They're showing me that we have that ability to create our life. We can manifest, we can create, and we can draw like our future in our own, well, this can be done in your mind. You can do vision boards, you can do anything, but they're just showing me us creating and manifesting the lives that we want. And that's for you guys watching my channel. We have that ability. We're designers, is what they're saying, like graphic designers. My sister's a graphic artist. She's a graphic designer. She's the one that does my thumbnails, guys. I don't get her to do all of them because I do so many videos, but I just get her to do the main ones. So she's trained in that as well. So, but we're also graphic designers in creating our own lives. Let me see what else there is. God, I'm getting a song. We always have to finish with a song. You know that we do. It's not a Christmas one. We're over that now. Christmas is behind us. I'm getting this song on. And it's strange, isn't it? I'm getting that song off Greece. Oh, we get some random stuff on here. And it's Born to Hand Jive. Born to Hand Jive, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Born to Hand Jive. Oh, yeah. So what I'm thinking this song's about is about vibration. And it's about keeping our vibration up because it's going higher. There's a word in that song that goes higher, higher, higher. I want you to go and watch that film clip today because it's about vibration. And I think when we watch those sort of film clips, it lifts our vibration. It's a very high energy film clip where they're all dancing, they're having fun, they're lifting themselves higher and higher. And it's a frequency, see? If you watch that, you'll feel the joy that they were making at the time of shooting that video. So I'm getting that. It's the song Born to Hand Jive. And they got their skirts and everything, and they're going higher and higher and higher. And that's the song I'm going to leave you with today, Born to Hand Jive. Let's go check it out. It's from Grease the movie. God, I love that movie. I really do. And I will say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody. I'm about to walk Penny. She's exactly sound asleep. She's tired. She has her little morning nap every morning. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit those like buttons, guys. And don't forget to comment down below. And also go and check out my other videos. I'll leave one over here about my 2023 predictions. I've got lots of countries and also financial as well as just yearly. I've got two, part 1 and 2. So please go check them out and I'll talk to you very soon. Let's go and lift ourselves higher. Bye. Born to Hand Job, baby. That's the song. Bye.